Is the United Nations dying in plain sight? Because the United States is once again stepping away from the very institutions meant to hold the international system together, raising fresh doubts about whether agencies like the United Nations still have a future. The Trump administration has announced withdrawal from dozens of international bodies, many of them linked directly to the United Nations. President Trump has signed an executive order suspending U.S. support for 66 international organizations, agencies, and commissions after a comprehensive review of American funding and participation. And the list includes the UN's Population Agency and the treaty framework that governs global climate negotiations, several other UN-affiliated panels dealing with climate change, labor, migration, development also face U.S. withdrawal. The administration has labeled many of these institutions as ideologically driven, inefficient, or misaligned with American priorities. According to the Secretary of State, Washington considers these organizations redundant, poorly managed, wasteful, or compromised by special interests, further claiming that continued participation threatens U.S. sovereignty, economic strength, national freedom. The UN climate chief has said the decision by the United States to withdraw from a global climate treaty would quote-unquote only harm the U.S. economy, jobs and living standards, a colossal own goal in a way which will leave the U.S. less secure and less prosperous. The pullback, though, does not stop with the United Nations. The administration is also exiting non-UN platforms such as the Partnership for Atlantic Cooperation, the Global Counter-Terrorism Forum. This decision coming at a time when U.S. foreign policy has already unsettled allies and rivals, with the capture of the Venezuelan leader and America weighing options to take over Greenland. We just told you about that. The Trump administration has already suspended or withdrawn support from the World Health Organization, the UN Human Rights Council, UNESCO, the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees. Not just that, it also shifted to a selective pick-and-choose approach to paying UN dues, funding only operations that allegedly align with Trump's agenda. America has formally exited the Paris Climate Agreement once again after Trump returned to power last year, remember. It also moved to withdraw from the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change, the foundational treaty behind global climate action. And the consequences are already visible. UN agencies and partner organizations have started cutting staff and scaling back programs. Several independent humanitarian groups reporting project closures following deep reductions in U.S. foreign assistance, including funding through U.S. aid. Experts warn that without U.S. participation, global efforts to address issues like climate change and other transnational crises could slow dramatically. As Washington steps away, the question is only growing louder. Can the United Nations survive when one of its most influential members, the United States, walks out? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.